Hello, so welcome to another episode, video, snippet, whatever you want to call it, of Student It Presents. I'm Sam. I just wanted to talk to you today about how to not fall out with your housemates in a shared house, especially as a student. So these are the three things that I think cause, and did for me, a lot of arguments. So these are bills, if you're not all bills included, food, when they go missing out of cupboards and you're short and you can't afford any more, and cleanliness. So we're looking at the state of the house, the bathrooms especially, and bedrooms. So for me, they're the three biggest things. To follow that could be sort of the social group or social time, and cooking. However, to dig into those three, let's look at bills. The reason why people fall out over bills is because, one, you can only have one nominated person on the sort of contract, if it were. So if you're setting up Virgin Media Wi-Fi, internet, whatever, you can only have one nominated person. If you've got like 8-9 people in your house, it's up to that one person to pay the bill and then get the money back off the other 8 or 9 people. And if they're notoriously slow, if they haven't got the money and need to defer it, then it's unfair on the person that's needing to pay the bill and needs to get their money back. And that causes a lot of friction. It causes a lot of arguments between housemates because they join a house with them because they like them, they trust them, they want to live with them, they want to have next year with them, and they believe they can have some really good times. So when it comes to bills and not paying bills, it creates that friction where it's like, they're not prioritising the bills, they're not paying the money, they're putting their mate out of pocket, and how long can this go on for? And then we don't normally address the issue from on, and if we do, it becomes a little bit icy, and then other housemates get involved, and there's usually sides, and we just want to avoid all that. And that's why I think bills cause a lot of friction. If you get bills included, great. If not, it's definitely worth, if you're not under an agreement between yourselves about who's going to lead it and what you're going to do, there are companies out there that are like management companies where they'll split your bill individually and they will just bill you and your mate equally for whatever you spend in the house. Also, just to add on to bills, it's when people want the house hot and when people want the house cold. Another big one, some people are always cold and want the heating on, and then other people are always boiling and have the window open when they think it's too hot. So understand the differences, and if you get a bill management company, if your bills aren't included, it might save you a lot of hassle and friendships. Secondly, food. I do mean cooking a little bit, but what I mean here is food going missing out of cupboards. Used to do my treeing. You went into the big shop, and then you came back, had your pasta, had your bread, had some eggs, had some bits like that, and the next day you came in and your pasta's been opened, your bread's been opened and it's halfway eaten, and your eggs are gone, and you're like, I only bought that yesterday. And then you start thinking around, who was it? Who did that? And if you've got a good friendship, and if you buy food as a house, yeah, great. If you have separate cupboards, you have separate spaces in the fridge, and bits like that, it can cause a little bit of animosity. And I know it certainly did when I was at university. Your food cupboard is your food cupboard, and you don't go into anyone else's. But people do, and things go missing all the time. Plates, forks, cutlery, bowls, glasses, you name it. Don't expect to leave uni with anything like that as you first started. I think I remember I bought a whole lot of forks, plates, everything like that. Went into my house and I just left it all there. It was a mess. I didn't know what forks I had, didn't know what plates I had. I just went, well, then the next lot of students can enjoy it, because things get broken, things get lost, they get used for other things. We weren't too bad on food because we had our own cupboards, and we made sure that if somebody wanted something, they just asked, and then that was all right. But food is a big issue. You can try and cook together, if you can try and pitch in on weekly meals, and that also helps. You can reduce that because you just bulk buy pasta, you can cook it, and then everyone gets thrown into a bit. Cleanliness, a lot of arguments on this. So this means, cleanliness of your kitchen, cleanliness of especially the bathroom. Your bedroom's not too much of an argument point because it's your bedroom, you're the one that spends most time in there. However, especially over the kitchen and the bathrooms, they can cause some real arguments. So just be respectful, You know, try and do your bit to keep the kitchen clean, do your bit to keep the bathroom clean. The best thing I've seen is rotas, where, you know, it's just Monday to Sunday and AM and PM, and you just write out the jobs and who's going to do them. And if they don't do them, nothing gets done until they do them. You know, they have to prioritise it, or you do it and they owe you one back. And that's the best way that I found. You know, saying you're going to do it, it's tricky because, you know, as students, we left it until the last minute, and we had no forks, no plates, no bowls, and it was sort of like, right, well, we have to do it now. Don't get to that stage. We also had some of our bin bags on a table because we didn't have enough bins, and we just used to put it on the side and then chuck it all in the bin and throw it all out. Once we did that, we felt so much better, and the house felt so much bigger, and everyone was friends again. But up to that point, you were thinking, who's left that on the side? No, who's done that? You know, why haven't we got any forks? So make sure you have a routine, you know, especially in the bathroom. That's personal hygiene. Make sure, you know, if you have a shower and you spill some water everywhere, clean it up. You know, if you go to the toilet, you know, make sure it's clean when it was first there. You know, make sure that you all pitch in, you all do your bit. None of them are nice jobs. You get in there, you clean it, and everyone's much happier. Have that routine. Make sure people stick to it, and everyone will be happy. We had so many arguments about, you know, cleaning up, who's emptying the dishwasher, washing machines, you know, who wanted to clean the bathrooms. And in the end, it sort of became a stalemate until someone did it or someone broke it, until a few of us went, nah, let's just get it done. And you don't want that because it creates frostiness, it creates iciness, and you just want to get along as a house because you've chosen to live together. So just to cover it off, top 3 things why I think how not to fall out, or the reasons why people fall out, is bills, food, and cleanliness. And the ways you can combat it is bills. Look at a management company if you don't have bills included. They'll take the bill, they'll split it individually into how many beds are in the house, and then you won't pay your own share. Food, make sure you keep your own to your own. Keep it in a cupboard, or if you want to be part of a house, chuck all your money together in a pot, and then get you know, house food, and then work your way through it. Make sure you have house meals and everyone's on board with that. Cleanliness, the way to get around that is routine. Make sure that you've got a routine for cleaning the kitchen and the bathroom mainly, and then look at communal areas. Monday to Sunday, AM and PM, quick wipe down in the morning, quick wipe down at night, you know, and throw out any mouldy food and you'll be absolutely sound. That gives you so much time to go and do whatever else you want, and not argue with your mates or feel frostiness about going back to a flat or a house. I hope it's been useful. Just some of my experiences. If you want some more, subscribe. If you want to talk to me, head over to the website student-it.com, student-it.com, and chat to me on WhatsApp over there. Thank you very much.